Good afternoon. How are you? Well, I'm glad to be out on my trail in my cathedral of trees. And I take heart from the fact that we are discussing important matters in the public finally. But I don't take heart from the fact that we Democrats sort of are throwing a football in the air, but there's not going to be anybody there to receive it. Meaning, we can't get 50 votes plus the vice president to change the rules on voting rights so that a majority is enough. We require 60 votes. And if we're not going to change the cloture rule so that 50 is enough, we're not going to be able to vote on voting rights, nor racial justice, nor a social build that builds back better. We're not going to be able to do any of those things. And then, for the same reason, we won't be able to muster 50 votes within the Democratic caucus because Sinema and Manchin are not going to vote that way. Now, we could rail about the fact that this is the case. We could scream about it. But what is the answer? The only answer is numbers, personnel. We have to do better in the midterms than historically people have predicted will happen halfway through an opposing party's administration. So we have to get senators elected that allow us to do this important work. We have to get more Congress people elected so that we have more of a margin, so that we can do more in Congress. In the meantime, I am impressed with Biden, and I do think he's come late to the game. But the principal reason many of us voted for him was because we did not want to have Trump, and we don't. So we've accomplished that. And we've accomplished it, but we still have a war to fight because of those people who side with Trump. And then we have a messaging problem on another thing that I think Biden has worked very hard at, and that is the question of the pandemic, the question of the vaccines. There was testimony yesterday by Janet Woodcock from the Food and Drug Administration that most people are going to get COVID. That's not an acceptable statement to me, and I don't know what the administration thought of that statement. I do believe that we should be doing everything we can to avoid the spread of COVID in its various forms, including Omicron. And we are doing a lot in that regard. Excuse me, I just slipped. If I disappear from the screen, it's because I fell. There he goes again. Now, what are the Republicans doing? They're doing the same thing that they're doing about significant legislation. Nada, nothing. And it's interesting because they complain that we're not getting enough test kits, even as they do everything they can to fight the efforts of this administration and many people to get vaccines, to mandate that people get vaccines, mandate that they wear masks, mandate that they keep a distance. And they're opposed to all of those things. And then they complain about the spread of the pandemic. It's amazing to me. But I think we're not laying the truth out for the public to see that that's what's happening. They are obstructing the cure to a pandemic. They're doing it differently than Trump did it, but they're doing it nonetheless. And they're doing it because they want to be free, not to take the vaccine, not to wear the mask, not to keep distance. The tools that we have that can and do protect us from the virus. So that's pretty interesting. Leaping across the pond to Russia, I don't know why it's even on the table, why we let it be on the table. We should be firmly saying, in as diplomatic a way as it's allowed, with a man Putin, who tried to take over our election and did when he got Trump into office, in my opinion, have him say to us that we should not allow Ukraine to join NATO? Really? No way that we should pull back missiles. No way. That's nothing that we should be doing. And then to finish up the wrap here in Virginia, our new governor, replacing Northam, who is a medical man, our new governor, Youngkin, is saying, I'm not going to have any mandates. You just can't fix stupid. The nation's at risk in so many ways because of stupid people. And we, the Americans, the people, we have to tell all these politicians enough is enough. Get on the program. Mandates. We do not counsel the stupid that they can do anything because they put not just themselves and their family members at risk, but everybody who comes in contact with them. By now, all of us have been exposed to some person or other who says they were vaccinated when they weren't, said they had a booster when they didn't. We see them going in and out of stores without wearing masks, and they're totally ignorant of the distances they should keep. And I'm keeping very close myself, and I know a lot of you are, but these people are like dangerous, seriously dangerous. So I don't think that sounds like a very happy review of where we stand. But my view is that where there's sunshine, and the sunshine is the truth here, and where there's sunshine in the people talking the truth to elected officials and saying, this is what we want you to do, I think that makes the difference. It has in the past in crises that I've seen in our government since I was a young man. And I think it'll happen here. But we have to take that step. And I can tell from, the people on Twitter, not just those that confer with me, but a lot of the noise on social media is to do exactly this. Talk the truth, be sensible, don't lie to us, and don't for a moment pretend that Republicans are doing something good when they're not at all. So that's enough for now. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.